Welcome back to It's a Football Show.
Hey!
I'm Sam. Have fun with me. To my left is Shaun Whitney, and to his left is Justin Thorngard.
Cheers to beers.
So, gentlemen, it would seem the Cleveland Browns are 6-3.
Indeed.
The Browns.
Exciting Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
I don't know about that.
I think they're exciting.
I haven't seen them
Brian
play.
Hoyer's exciting.
I don't
Is
know
he?
about that. The Browns are exciting,
I don't know
though.
about that.
It's exciting anytime the Browns are
Browns are good.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
It's fun. It's fun.
By the shoestrings, though.
Speaking
And the
of
shoestrings, they
I
beat
think-
the shit out of Cincinnati. Okay, maybe the score is not
indicative
48 to 0 or anything,
24 to
but
3
the
is
stats are fucking out of control.
the defensive stats were record breaking in some areas apparently.
Yes.
But
The
yeah,
offensive stats weren't bad either.
24 to 3 is a real butt whipping.
You don't want to go to that game. You don't want to be a Bengals fan. You don't want to be who day, and then show up. Or is it who dat?
No, it's who dad is the
Oh,
Saints.
Yes, you don't want to be all who day. We're going to beat the crap out of the Cleveland Browns and then go to that game. You paid money to see that game to just get trounced by fellow Ohioans.
And I didn't get to see
At
it
home.
because they switched it back to NFL Network
Yeah.
from CBS.
Oh,
So I
they
turned
did,
on
yeah.
the football game last night, and you know what it was? It was the Wheel of Fortune. And I was like, oh, today's the day.
Almost as good as seeing the Cincinnati Bengals play.
Well, it
I
turns
would've
out
rather
that may have
watched Wheel of
been
Fortune.
a better program, but I still wanted to watch the football game.
Was the competition good at least?
No, there was a runaway in
Better
the
than
Wheel
the
of
Bengals.
Fortune,
Oh
too.
my gosh, everything on Thursday nights is a runaway.
It's almost always, it's very rare that the Wheel of Fortune has a good, solid level of competition. Then it's always two people that are running neck and neck, and one person that gets the obligatory $1,000 for showing up. They're like, well, you didn't get to answer anything, and you've been standing here like an idiot. Here's $1,000.
So do you think once they see the ratings between CBS and the NFL Network at the end of the year, they're just going to do all of it on CBS?
You would think-
Or put it out to bid at least?
Or something. The way that I am
I
understanding
like
it,
if they put it out to bed.
up to bed.
Bad. Put the NFL Network
The
out
Thursday
to bed.
night
No, I
games have
hate
been better than any
Thursday
of the
night
night games in terms of blowouts. They've
Oh,
only had
as opposed to Sunday, absolutely.
there's only been there's been 2 non-blowouts on Thursday night, I believe. But as I understand it, CBS it's their crew doing it, even though now it's airing on NFL Network. At that point, I would just be like, let's if we're gonna pay for this, we should air it.
Yeah.
I don't know if their whichever version of NCIS they air that night does better. I believe Person of Interest airs that night. There was a while there that I only got CBS at my house, so I kind of am familiar with their
I
programming.
think
and how
NCIS is a very popular show.
NCIS has like 3 different NCISs now. There's NCIS New Orleans, LA,
Mark Harmon was the quarterback.
for UCLA.
That's right. Top tip, or fun fact.
Fun
Whichever.
fact. So anyway, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Hoyer, speaking of the excitement of Brian Hoyer, you want to hear some numbers on Brian Hoyer?
Yeah.
90.4 quarterback rating. Not bad.
It's better than
That's-
Eli Manning.
You're telling me.
Ay, ay, ay.
10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Hey,
That's not exciting. But
somebody hand me the salsa for this guy.
yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
Hey. So it's not exciting, but it's good play decent play at the quarterback position. Rating wise, that's well above average, 90. Considering I think that the ginger pistol Andy Dalton is rocking somewhere in the mid 70s.
I think he was rocking 30 last night.
He wasn't doing good.
Yeah. Jason Campbell certainly looked good compared.
Jason, where is he at now? He's playing somewhere.
Cincinnati.
Starting quarterback, probably.
I don't know about that. All right, come on. It's a little early to throw Andy Dalton under the bus.
Oh, I'm throwing him under the bus.
Or a little late, whichever way
He's
you look
already
at
got-
it.
I'm throwing him under Sam's bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I saw last night's game was I was like, oh, Brian Hoyer's only got 16 points in PPR league. That sucks. What the hell's going on in that game? It's 24-3. Tune it in. It's Jason Campbell taking snaps. I'm like, out. Click.
I have seen this before, and I do not wish to watch it again. So the Cleveland Browns are then tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 6-3. They haven't had their bye week yet.
Yeah.
And it's kind of exciting.
I think that's great.
It is great.
Not to mention, it's so
And they
exciting
already
because
split.
the Pittsburgh Steelers, let's face it, are exciting right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm big into them because it's just hot shit. They're tied with the Cleveland Browns. What's going on in Cleveland? It's curious and exciting. It's like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Curious and exciting.
Curious and exciting. Versus, Roethlisberger in the last 2 games broke the NFL record for touchdowns in 2 games with 12, which is 2 more than Brian Hoyer has thrown all season.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the same record, but they're polar opposites offensively.
Especially since he became my starting quarterback.
Brian Hoyer?
Yeah.
Nice.
Huh.
I got the old Dirty Sanchez.
Oh, the Sanchez. Back how Foles is out for what, 6 weeks?
Yeah,
something like that. Too long for fantasy football. Mm-hmm. That's the end of fantasy football. He might be back for playoffs and actual football. Why don't you tell us some news there, Justin?
Okay, the news this week. It was kind of a boring humdrum news week, whatever you want to call it. But going back to the Cleveland-Cincinnati matchup, when Jeremy Hill, the Bengals running back, don't know if you guys have ever heard of him.
This is my under the bus. That's awesome.
Oh,
we have 2 things to talk about. They're the same thing. We should have spoken before the show.
Exact same thing. Well, I'll skip it, dude. More to come on Jeremy Hill. Apparently, we didn't know, though. It was man-off week.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What?
Man-off week.
Man-off week?
I guess.
Playoff beards haven't even started yet, except mine.
Well, it's not called man-off week.
Like national man-off
I am
week?
going to call it man-off week in the NFL because a couple crazy things happen for manliness. The punter...
That should be like a real week.
There should be. And maybe this is it. Maybe we're going to start something, or maybe these 2 guys started something because it seems like they're manly men. Steve Weatherford, the
punter for the Giants.
Punter for the Giants.
I keep track of that because it's, for whatever reason...
I like punters too. I like punters too, dude.
I do. On Twitter, I picked up followers just doing whatever Matt Seifriz or Mike Seifriz and Britton Colquitt punter battle on Twitter and keeping track of how it was going. And I thought his name was Matt Seifriz.
You should plug the Twitter account.
And follow us on Twitter. It's a football show. Because if you were going to type out It's a Football Show, you just leave the O off because our name is too long for Twitter. Thanks so much, Internet. So It's a Football Show It's a Football Show .Twitter. Wait, that's not it. It's Twitter,
www.twitter.com
/ It's a Football Show. That's us. It's mostly me doing the tweets.
Check it. Okay, so man-off week. So Steve Weatherford, the punter for the Giants, went on ESPN the other day and bench pressed Rick Riley.
What?
He did a full bench press of Rick Riley.
Who's Rick Riley?
One of the ESPN guys. Like, hey, come on my show, and you should bench press me. He did it. And he didn't. I watched the video clip. He didn't just bench press him like, whoa. He bench pressed him and went, whoa, and threw him off of himself.
Whoa. So Weatherford's got some guns.
Rick Riley. Yeah. I saw a picture of him with his shirt off. Jesus. He looks like my brother-in-law.
We'll have to keep an eye out on him making some tackles.
Who is a professional bodybuilder / Italian.
It looks like my brother-in-law, who I sometimes look in on when he's not wearing a shirt.
I'm forced to, because he's a professional bodybuilder.
I just can't take my eyes off of it.
And bathroom blowing out attorney. The other man off this week was James Harrison, which we all saw play on Sunday. Went crazy, didn't have a job, and then came off the bench and was like, "I'm gonna eat somebody's face." Looked like a Steeler. That guy looks like a Steeler. He should just get to play. Period.
I think he's a year older than Joey Porter, who's coaching him.
Yeah, I love James Harrison. Well, he did. I don't know who won the man off, but James Harrison did push-ups with 6'4", 304-pound center Maurice Pouncey on his back.
No.
7 of them.
No. Yeah, he wins.
Yeah, that
is beefcake.
That is beefcake.
That's beefcake sitting on beefcake.
That's crazy. But that's probably why he just runs through the guys and sacks everybody.
He doesn't even look like Marquise Pouncey.
He just looks like
looks
Marquise Pouncey going up and down.
Man.
You can't even see.
Glob of men moving up and down.
Yeah. Harrison's not that big. He's just very strong, apparently.
Wow. Looked like a weekend at Gay Hitler's house.
Right.
So yeah, there's your news, boys.
All right.
Yeah, man off week. I think it should be a thing every week. Man off in the NFL.
It should be.
Who's the bigger man, tougher man, stronger man, smarter man, cleverer man?
Whoa.
Well, Fitzpatrick's got the highest Wonder League score for a current quarterback at, I think, 40. And then behind him, you've got Manning at 38 and Kaepernick at 36 or something like that. So that would be very uneventful watching those three duke it out in the arena of trivia and figuring things out.
You have to have like a gambit. You have
So
to
it's
have
like an academic decathlon, like at the end of Billy Madison?
Yes, that would be awesome. You get out there and you get that fucking dog.
But interspersed are feats of strength.
Yeah, it feats of strength and silly stuff as well. Like say, Eli Manning has to wear a cape and fight crime in downtown Jersey.
Brooklyn? Jersey?
Oh,
Yeah.
Queens,
yeah.
for 10 minutes.
What if it was like a relay race? So you have like your strong guy, your fast guy, your smart guy, and your guy with no shame who's going to be the guy that wears the cape. But you have to be on the same football team.
You're Charlie.
Yeah. You have to be on the same football team.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants would have a leg up because of Steve Weatherford.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's...
I think the Giants would have a leg up just because they're a zany group of wackos that can't play good football consistently.
They can play it one week, and then the next week, oh no, what happened to the
It's
Giants?
just a band of zany characters.
Oh.
You got Coach Tom Coughlin as the like Shredder type character, or not Shredder, but Splinter. Splinter character, and he's
I think that he's
given his children off to be wed to his own zany football players. That's zany.
I feel that Tom...
Yeah, Chris Neal married his daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
But he's retired now.
He's retired. Coughlin couldn't fire him.
No.
Because that would be an awkward Thanksgiving.
Right? Yes, it would be. I feel that Tom Coughlin's like Walter Matthau in the Bad News Bears. I think that watching the Bad News Bears is probably like watching the Giants at practice. You get a lot of the same things.
Yeah, I could see that.
Less F words.
Maybe. You've seen him play. If I was him, there'd be more F words.
Right.
I just wrote down the F word 18 times, and I'm just going to keep reading this until it's over because of the way you played.
In different accents.
Because
it's the New York Giants, and screw it, they've got zany, wacky time on their hands. They're not practicing football.
And everything's fine because they're not as bad as the Jets. Which is not really a surprise. But speaking of surprises, bad surprises, Shaun?
Bad surprises. I do have a pretty major announcement to make, though.
Okay.
So, as you know, I have been a football fan for a very long time.
You're gay. You're gay as shit, aren't you?
I'm a gay football fan.
Yes! I knew it!
Do not discriminate against me.
Okay, all right.
I've been a Broncos fan for a very long time.
You have?
I have.
Gay Broncos fan.
Gay Broncos football fan. Yeah, so, pretty big news. This, 2 weeks ago, was the first time that I've ever bought or had a Denver Broncos shirt. Ever. Yeah, big news. Now the bad surprise. Thank you.
I think I have like 8 shirts that don't say Colts on them.
The rest do. Okay, bad surprises. So today it sounded like San Antonio met with the Raiders about potentially moving to San Antonio. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Probably won't happen, but...
why can't they just move them back to L.A.?
Yeah, L.A. is a silly place. Anyway, the bad surprise is that Texas...
Because instead of shooting people will shoot them. They had a joke, didn't work. Go.
So did you know the bad surprise is that there's already 8 Major League sports teams in Texas?
Oh, yeah.
10 if you include the WNBA and the Major League Soccer. crazy. Huh?
I do include the Major League Soccer.
Well, then there's 10.
Just kidding. Not really.
Yeah.
I bet that doesn't work that well. Well, no, I guess it's close enough to Mexico. That's probably one of the hot teams.
I don't know.
I don't watch Major League Soccer.
Don't care.
So, is that like the record?
Yeah, they have the most.
What about Cali?
I don't think so.
Well, there's
Maybe.
4...
Oh, they
got
might
three
be,
football
they might be
teams.
more in
teams,
California.
They've
3
got
basketball teams.
The
Golden State Warriors.
Clippers.
Sacramento
Lakers.
Kings.
They got 4 basketball.
4 basketball teams. That's
Ooh.
7. Baseball teams, Dodgers,
Angels.
Giants.
Angels, Giants, A's.
Padres. A's.
Holy shit.
Yes, California has way more professional
California
sports
has
teams.
more of everything and anything. Problems, awesomeness, drugs, Jesus wackos.
Guys who wander around in their bathrobe during the middle of the day.
aliens,
Porn stars.
porn stars.
Actually, they're all going to Vegas because that's where all of the filming is getting done these
It's
days.
just on the other side of the border. They live in California.
That's true. You can stop for lunch in Baker.
Sam's dads. More of those than any place else.
All right, moving on. Bengals quarterbacks. So we all know Andy Dalton's a pretty mediocre quarterback.
Jason Campbell, though.
Last night, Andy Dalton had a passer rating of 2.
That's
Going back
pretty
to-
bad.
I said 30. He
Yeah,
had 2.
he had 2.
Holy.
Yeah. On the season, he's had 8 touchdowns and 9 interceptions this year so far. In 9 games.
It's worse than Shab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Shab got ran out on a rail.
Schaub got wrote out on like an 85 quarterback rating.
Yeah. But the bad surprise is that, going back to that, Jason Campbell may be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Oh.
Again,
Because Dalton
Dalton's
sucks so bad.
That's right.
plays. been
I don't
so
see
miserable.
that. I see those Bengals riding that Dalton away for a long time.
Think so?
They paid him that way.
Yeah, they have. But
And they've had some success.
Yes.
More success than they've had since
Carson Palmer was pre-injury.
That 1 year.
yeah, that's true.
And then 10 years before that.
We like to throw people under the bus.
Did you see that Carson Palmer signed a 3-year, $50 million contract for the Cardinals? That is a lot
should.
of cash.
It's a lot of cash, but he should.
For 3 years, it's a lot of
It is,
cash.
it
He's
is.
really good.
Yeah, but
Right.
imagine you're the Arizona Cardinals, and you have now got maybe Kurt Warner Part 2.
Yes.
And you don't pay him the cash. You've got Kurt Porn.
I have seen
Las
that.
Vegas. Kurt Warner Part 1 again. Guy retires. No! We would have won a championship! What do? You pay the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else are you going to pay it to? Darnell Doggett? Hell no! Because he's retired.
No, he's injured.
Oh. He still plays?
I thought.
I just like
No,
his name.
Bertrand Berry's injured. One of those guys is retired, and one of them's
I think it's
injured.
Darnell Doggett.
I don't know.
All right, I got some quick hit bad surprises.
'Kay.
So bad surprise. Ben Roethlisberger could get the MVP this year.
Yes, he could.
Bad surprise. I lost my first game in our IDP league this year to Sandra. Thank you to Philip Rivers. Boo.
That's
And
a very personal bad surprise.
that was a very personal bad surprise. And Andrew Luck is on pace to break the passing yards record this year
Yes, he is.
by
Yes, he is.
7 yards.
Ooh.
Yep.
Man. Tight race.
Yep.
Like to
Go
see
ahead.
how
Go
that
ahead.
pans out.
Bad surprises.
Coughlin.
Coughlin does the underhand when he throws things into the trash. I saw that on South of the Game. He has a guy that follows him around as assistant. Like, I don't know if all head coaches have a personal assistant for training camp, but there was some kid following him around, and he was like trying to put a water bottle in the trash can. Misses like 4 times. And he's all, it needs more of the rainbow. That's what they call it in basketball, the rainbow. I think he was talking about arc. But he called it the rainbow.
I've heard it called the
Meanwhile,
rainbow
there's
before.
this kid standing there like,
He was talking about jazz hands.
what are you doing?
My father, who is younger than Tom Coughlin, called it the rainbow.
The rainbow?
Yes.
Maybe that's what it was called back in the
My
day.
father is 79 years
When
old.
you're describing a
Coughlin's
basketball shot, do
73.
you say that was a beautiful rainbow? I mean,
Maybe that's
that was
back-
a nice rainbow.
Yeah.
that kid.
Bird. That's Larry Bird shit right there.
Before Larry Bird. Bill Russell.
Bill Russell, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, under the bus, driving the bus this week, Jeremy Hill, who I'm guessing the news was
Yeah.
The Browns are worse than he thought.
Yes, that is the news.
Jeremy Hill came on
After
record
getting
today
shit-stomped
and
by
said the Browns are worse than he thought. He doesn't want to take any respect away from them. They won the game, but that's all he'll give them.
Would you like the direct quote?
Yes, give me the direct quote.
I do have the direct quote dialed up here.
What a jerk.
I don't know what the question was, but here's what I got. Oh, no, not at all. They're probably worse than I thought, to be honest with you. How bad did you think they were when they just spanked you? If they're worse than that?
24-3.
They didn't do anything special to me. I mean, respect to them, they won the game, but that's all I give them. They're worse than he thought.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Well, exactly. Which
So did he have 100 yards rushing?
no, I accidentally.
wait.
So this is what happened.
I want to back up this logic.
All right.
I figured it out. They're worse than he
thought.
So if he thought they were better
Than
than
they
they
were?
are, the score in his mind
Mine
should have been 48-0.
Maybe
Right.
that's making him a nice guy.
What a douche!
Yeah. The fantasy football. Speaking of, I picked him up off of the waiver wire in one league that's a really open league that you can find guys like that. And I forgot to start him because I don't even have. I have to find a new running back before Sunday. I forgot to start him. He only scored 8 points. So I'm just
What
like,
league is
oh,
he in?
in the Mystic Defenders, which you need your running back
like-
to score 20 something.
Yeah, he had a mediocre day.
He had a
But
bad
it was
day.
like 54 yards on the ground and like 23 through the
thought he
air or
coughed
something
it
like
up.
that. And he coughed up a fumble. Yeah.
Well, he didn't have very many points.
No,
That's the thing there.
it's a kicker.
Driving the bus, Mike Patine, coach of one Cleveland Browns. We're 6-3.
Mm-hmm.
As we mentioned, he's driving the bus. How long can he drive the bus? Only time will tell, because they already lost to the damn Jaguars. They'd be 7-2 if they would have beat the damn Jaguars.
God, dude,
How did
Jags.
you do that?
I don't know.
And that's where I'm going. Yay, the Browns are 6-3.
They'd be tied with the Broncos.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Holy shit.
the Patriots. But you can't be tied with
No,
guys
they
like that when you lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. You also begin, where's the ceiling for this team? And where's the floor? Because you lose to the Jaguars, all of a sudden you could just reel off nothing but losses and finish 6-10. You never know.
Right.
The other thing, how long can Mike Patine drive the bus? I have seen this before with Romeo Crennel. Romeo, oh Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? He's the defensive coordinator for the Houston Texans, because when he was at Cleveland, he had a 6-10 season in management, then did not retain any of their free agents, and they were terrible the next year. So, what will happen with any of the free agents next year in Cleveland? They might lose all of them, say, oh, we got a good coach, it'll be fine, and then the year after that, they're rebuilding again.
Well, we got some time. You guys want to make some predictions on the Cleveland? I got the rest of their schedule dialed up here.
Sure.
Okay, next week, or the 16th, they've got Houston.
Probably going to lose that
At
game.
home. Atlanta, in Atlanta.
That's who knows what happens with
Who
either
knows
one
what
of them.
happens? Buffalo, at Buffalo.
Buffalo's going to win that game.
Colts,
Colts are going to win that game.
at...
Actually, the Colts
Cleveland.
have a really hard time with teams that are
They got
struggling for identity.
they got the Bengals again in Cleveland. They got the Panthers at Carolina, and they finished off the year with the at Baltimore Ravens.
It doesn't look good.
It does. I think they can pick up a couple more wins, though.
I think as long as they get to 8-8, they're fine.
8-8 would be. Who the hell are the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
who else is that in that division? Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, Baltimore,
Baltimore,
and
and
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's going to be a crapshoot probably throughout.
Not really. I think
stretch.
Pittsburgh's going to run it because they've already played Pittsburgh twice and they managed to split with them. And Pittsburgh, I believe, has played
If those guys keep playing like they're playing, dude, they can beat anybody.
Yeah, if Roethlisberger
Anybody.
with that,
It's not going
Martavis-
to keep up. It's not going to keep
Well,
up. There's no way you can keep that.
you never
pace.
know, 'cause-
But
I don't know. They look
It was because that Martavis Bryant was injured
Oh.
up until that game, and he
Oh.
went crazy. And it was like, if
Oh.
they've got a 6'4" fast guy, and Antonio Bryant, and Marcus Wheaton, and Heath Miller, and
Antonio Brown.
and I already said Antonio
did.
Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and LeGarrette Blount. Oh, that's a lot of people who can move the football.
Bad news, Cleveland. Here's the rest of the Pittsburgh schedule. This Sunday, Pittsburgh at the Jets. Win.
Oh.
Then follow it up with
home or away
at Jersey.
Oh, in New Jersey.
At
Roethlisberger might take his wiener out and try to... Jersey Shore girls everywhere.
Hey,
that was Sanchez's old swimming hole in terms of having sexual relations with girls under the age
literally,
of 18.
he was swimming in the hole.
Ben Roethlisberger likes to one-up Mark Sanchez. I could get...
Playing the old helicopter. Then Tennessee. At Tennessee. The Saints. Bengals at Bengals. At Atlanta. Kansas City.
God, that is
Kansas City has only allowed 151 yards in defense.
Finished the season at home against the Bengals.
That's
no chance.
push.
There's no chance.
No.
Cleveland has.
And actually,
They're going to win. They're going to win 13 games.
Kansas City has only allowed 131 points this season, which is second only to the 125 points of the Detroit Lions, who were on bye last week. I don't think Kansas City's had their bye yet, so Kansas City might actually have the best scoring defense right now.
Yeah, they could lose that game, but I think they could run the gamut with the rest of them. It's possible.
It's possible
to run the gamut with the rest of them. As crummy as those teams are playing, they're all losing teams, aren't they?
Other than the
Saints?
Chiefs. The Saints are not a winning team.
They're not. They're all losing teams this year. Zing!
I do have to say the Browns' backfield is just maddening for fantasy, though. Just if you've had the luxury of being a part of any of those guys.
You had to... Isaiah Crowell finally got the axe this
Isaiah
week.
Crowell, Terrence West.
Buh.
Pain in the ass.
Just stay away from him. I did pick up Josh Gordon because he's going to play not next week, but the week after that. So I'm going to have to sit on a guy that long to go, you do anything?
All right.
Maybe.
Fantasy football team. Ben tain't going to happen. Moving on.
Super awesome, not so super awesome.
Oh, the super awesome, not so super awesome. Oh, Pillick. I'm in a...
Billick? Brian Billick?
Brian Pillick. Also a fantasy football team name. The super awesome. Marvin Lewis getting tackled by Dre Kirkpatrick last night. You guys get a load of this?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
it's on CBS. I can't watch it.
It was a punt return. Dre Kirkpatrick missed the ball runner completely and just dive tackled his head coach.
Oh.
All the way to the ground. Marvin Lewis got up and he was like, I'm good. But he got drilled pretty hard. The not so super awesome. This is the all-time not so super awesome. Tom Brady will bro it up on big screen in next summer's Ted 2 and Entourage.
An Entourage movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ted 2, like the Talking Bear?
Yeah, the Talking Bear.
Oh my God.
2. You know why? That goddamn Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Are they friends?
He's a Boston boy. Eat Boston. I'm from Boston. I'm only this tall. Want to see my underwear? Yeah. Good vibrations. Yeah.
On that.
Fuck Tom Brady. And fuck Boston.
Not
That was the end of it?
There's only two things.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Sometimes there's a veritable plethora of...
Wait, that's not bad enough?
Awesome.
I can make something bad up.
Oh, no, I just thought there might be more volume. Not that it was bad enough. I mean, that's super not awesome.
It's super not awesome.
At least he's not, like, in a buddy cop movie.
Screw you, Tom Brady. That would actually be kind of funny, though.
Tom Brady in a buddy cop?
Tom Brady and Mark Wahlberg in a buddy cop movie.
He is playing Tom Brady in both roles.
I don't know what that means.
Well, he's Tom Brady as Tom Brady, not Tom Brady as Fred Durkinston.
Right.
He's not acting. He's being Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
So Tom Brady as like a cop in a cop show, like Tom Brady as Tom Brady, NCIS.
No, like a funny buddy cop movie.
But as Tom Brady.
Yeah, as Tom Brady.
Like I
play quarterback. From football, I went into the police academy.
No, that would be actually fun.
Yeah.
No, I'm on board for that.
Anyway.
Tom Brady defense attorney. Tom, I have to do... I thought I was only going to do 2 years. I'm getting executed. I don't know much about the law. What I do know...
I'm no attorney. Yes, you are.
Why are you being so offensive, Tom
Why
Brady?
did you hire me?
I've never played defense.
Oh,
Zinger.
Yeah.
the offense rests his arm and hold him in contempt of court every episode. Oh, well, you know what? I think that's the end of the show.